Kim and Kanye have settled the divorce. Remember,
there will be no trial.
We told you that they've already been officially divorced, but there were two big issues: child custody and property settlement. And Kanye was just not having it, not engaging, hiring lawyer after lawyer. Well, we found out.
Skipped his deposition.
So there's a trial looming December 14th. We found out yesterday. They hashed it out, and they have come to an agreement that they just filed with the court. We broke the story on the website just a few minutes ago. We have the details. Let's start with child custody. So Kim and Kanye are getting, as they put it, this is joint custody. They are getting, quote, equal access to the kids. Now, that sounds like 50%.
No, but even Kanye has acknowledged that it's more like Kim's going to have the kids 80%, and I would bet even more than that.
I agree with you. And by the way, this is what's already happening. So Kanye didn't say it's going to happen in the future. He's saying that's the way it is now. And it's not going to be less for Kim, probably, as you say, more.
Right.
So that's the custody agreement on the surface. There's money involved in this.
Oh, big money. Child support that it will be paid by Kanye every month, $200,000 every month.
To Kim.
To Kim.
Now, I know that sounds weird, and it sounds kind of like, wait a minute, Kim's a billionaire. Why is she getting child support?
Because it's them equally paying for their kids.
Precisely.
And
so
it really lets you know how much they spend on their kids.
That's $100,000 a kid a month.
That's $100,000 a kid every month.
But remember,
now,
it accounts for housing and all this other stuff.
Medical, housing, schools. They go to, expensive private schools.
So speaking of, Kanye is going to pay half of the tuition, half of the security. Frankly, I'm surprised he's not paying more because of what he's done.
Sure.
By mentioning the name of the school on social media, but he's paying half of that as well. Now,
and I'm sure there's a college fund that he's putting into because they want to make sure they're saving enough for college.
And a condo.
Right, a condo.
Now, there's one other
that is a lot of money.
There's one other thing that's really important, and we've talked about this for a long time, that they are joined at the hip for the rest of their lives with 4 kids, with graduations and weddings and kids and whatnot. So over the years, there could be a dispute that erupts over what to do with a kid, where they have disagreements. They have agreed in this settlement to mediate any of those disputes. Now, here's the key.
This is the key thing about the mediation. Yeah, mediation, we see that in a lot of agreements.
Now, credit to Laura Wasser, who represents Kim, who really engineered this, that they wrote in there that if one person fails to show up for the mediation, the other person gets
to make the call.
And that says a lot.
Can you read between the lines?
Yeah, pretty clearly Kim's efforts to make sure that she can hold this to account and move things along. If there is a decision that something they're in dispute of, that can actually get resolution, and Kanye won't continue to skip out on meeting and resolving things and meeting for mediation. I'm surprised given, $200,000 a month is a lot of money, but it's not really, right? We're talking $2.4 million a year, which is really a drop in a giant bucket for the two of them. So the difficulty here was just getting Kanye to participate. And this mediation clause where if somebody doesn't participate, the other person gets what they want is meant to account for that. And I think it does a really effective job in that.
Now, the one thing in their agreement here that I think, speaking of mediation, that may lead to mediation down the road, equal access. I understand why they use that phrase, that they have, both parents have equal access. But it just seems a little bit gray.
It is. I think it's
meant probably intentionally.
Because of Kanye.
But exactly.
I think that's why.
But that could also be what causes a dispute down the road.
Absolutely.
Where one of them disagrees, and that would probably be Kanye, with the access he's getting to one or all of the kids.
We've seen that in the past.
Right.
Now, also, by the way, we should say that there is a property settlement, but it's governed by their prenup. They had a prenup. They agreed to honor the prenup. By the way, the prenup also says no spousal support.
Which totally makes sense.
So it's over. It's over with a couple of weeks to spare before a trial, which would have been a fiasco, I think. But again, this you got to understand, this is a huge deal to, in the middle of everything that's going on with Kanye, and we're going to mention it right now, with everything that's going on with him, that they were able to engineer this, and Kim was able to be patient enough to kind of keep the temperature down and settle this is almost miraculous.
Right.